Hey everyone, welcome to Math Today. Today students will be able to use tens and ones, also known as place value, to solve story problems. So these are some story problems that you've been working on possibly in your math journal, and we're going to continue that through our distance learning, something that we did in the classroom. It'll help us to get ready for third grade and to become awesome at place value. So the first example that I have is on this part of the screen right here. Okay? So I'll read it to you. First, we'll make a movie in our brain. Then we'll talk about the rubric that we're going to use to score our story problems. Then I'm going to show you this example, and then you'll be able to use this lesson to answer any questions going forward in your math journal. Okay, so let's start. Isaiah has 14 shoes. Adriel has 35 shoes. How many altogether? So basically what I'm trying to do is to make a movie first in my brain. So I'm thinking of these students, maybe they're hanging out, maybe they're playing like dress up or something like that, and they have all these shoes. And we want to know how many shoes do they have kind of all together. So I'm thinking we're not really taking anything away like that. What we're doing is we're adding more together. So first in my rubric, I need an equation. I need to create that equation with the unknown. And remember, this unknown can go at the beginning, the middle, or the end. So let's figure that out first. I have this written right here in these boxes. This is where I'm going to put my equation, where I'm going to put my number sentence. I know that Adriel has 14 shoes. I'm going to put that as my first addend, as my first number. I'm adding because I'm not taking anything away. We want to see how many they have all together. Let me go ahead and write this in this color right here so we can see. Now we have 35 shoes to add to our equation. 35 more. This is going to be my other addend, my other number that I'm adding, 35. Equals, I don't know. That's what I have to find out. Let's go back to our rubric. Number 2 says write the tool. Are you going to use the 100 chart? Are you going to use the number line? Or maybe let's use tens and ones. Let's use place value because that's what we were working on and that's what we were practicing before we went home for distance learning. So let's continue with that. I drew my tens and ones chart, nice and neat. What I'm going to do is first put 14. You could go ahead and put 35 also if you want to do that first. That's up to you. I'm just going to start with what I know first, 14. So I know 14 has one stick of 10. If I break 14 apart, if I have 14 and break it apart, I have a stick of 10, and I have 4 ones. I have 1 French fry and 4 chicken nuggets. So let me draw that nice and neat. This means a 10, and then I'm going to count on 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we have a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 is now on my tens and ones chart. Let's go ahead and add more shoes. How many? 35. So what I'm going to do, this is a little trick. I like to color in the tens and ones that I add. So first what I'm going to do is start with 35, start with 3 sticks of 10 and 5 ones. 3 French fries and 5 chicken nuggets. And let's see if that makes 35. So I'm going to add 10, 20, 30. I'm going to color these in just so I know this is something that I've added. I've added 30 so far. 10, 20, 30. Now I need to add 5 more. Let's go back. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. And once again, all of the colored in tens and ones make up 35. You break apart 35, 3 6 of 10, 5 ones, put it back together, it becomes 35. But what are we trying to do? We're trying to add and see how many there are all together. So we're taking 14, we're taking 35, boom, addition. I wrote place value because that's the tool that I'm using. Then I made my work nice and neat. Let's see if that's on the rubric. Oh, take a look at the top. Number 3, show neat work. Okay. Number 4, let's move right along. We need to get the right answer. And then number 5, we need to write the stuff that we're talking about. So in this case, we are talking about shoes. Let's keep rolling. What I want to do is count all of these all together. All together, all together. Excuse me. So I'm going to start with 10, 20, 30, counting on 40, 10, 20, 30, 40, count on when you hit the ones. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, and 49. 49 what? 49 shoes. I'm going to erase that S, make it a little bit neater, just so I get that neatness point. Awesome. And if you're thinking to yourself, that looks a little goofy, well, maybe they need one more shoe to make it even, to make it an even number. Oh, try to remember when we learned about that, right? If you have 2 equal teams and no one left over, that's going to make 2 even teams, 2 equal teams. So if they had 50 shoes, they could have 2 equal pairs of shoes, 2 equal piles of shoes. Okay. Let's go over here. Let's do this one also, and then you should be good to go for all of the story problems in your journals. Lowell has 14 Sharpies. Carter has 36 Sharpies. How many total Sharpies? Let's make that movie. I see Lowell at his desk. Maybe it's during like creative drawing time. I also see Carter at his desk, and they're best friends. So they're sharing Sharpies, and now I'm back to real life, out of my movie in my brain. And what I'm going to do is add these numbers together. We're not taking anything away. We are going to just add them together. What do I know first? I know 14, okay? So I'm going to put 14 on my number line, in my number sentence, in my equation. I know that this is addition. We are adding these numbers together. Also, this number right here, this total, tells me that I want to be adding. So that's a little secret word right there, a little trick. Carter has 36 Sharpies. All right, so 14 plus 36 equals, don't leave that blank. Go ahead and put that, I don't know. I don't know. Next, what do I need to do in my rubric? Let's think back. First, boom, make your equation with the unknown. Check, we did that. Next, write the tool that we're going to use. I wrote place value. Check. Keep going. Show nice, neat work. Get the right answer, and then write the stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure that we're working neatly. But then that next step is to get the correct answer using the tool that you chose. So I chose the tens and ones, chose place value as my tool. I drew the tens and ones chart. First, I'm going to put 14. Again, you could put 36 on the tens and ones chart first. I'm just going to go in order. And from the other problem, I know that 14, you break apart 14, 1 stick of 10, and 4 ones. 1 stick of 10 and 4 ones make 14. Now let's go ahead and put 36 on our tens and ones chart. And I really want to pay attention to how many ones I end up with. 36, break that apart, 10, 20, 30. I'm going to color these in. Try to be as neat as possible. I kind of ran out of room, and if you run out of room, just try to be as neat as possible, just like I'm doing. Taking my time. There we go. So you can sort of see that's 10, 20, 30, 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you put 30 and 6 back together, you get 36, 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay, nice, neat work. What I need to do is find the total. So I'm going to find the total, all together, the total on this entire tens and ones chart. Let's do it. We have a 10. We have another 10 to make 20. We have another 10 to make 30. We have another 10 to make 40. Let's count the ones. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. I got 50 this time. Ah. Take a look at those ones, though. I'm thinking to myself, I could probably transform these ones, turn these ones magically into a stick of 10. Take these 10 chicken nuggets and turn them into a french fry. Let's do that. I'm going to first double check that I have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to take all of these, and what I'm going to do is throw them into a 10, into the tens place. This is the ones place where the ones live. This is where the tens live. It's called the tens place. You can magically transform 10 ones and regroup them, and then add them as a french fry or as a stick of 10. What I like to do is just sort of cross this out to make sure that I don't count these in the ones place. Why? Because they all came together, they made a stick of 10, and now they live in the tens place. And if you were going to check your work, you would do 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm going to label that nice and neat. Okay, so did I get the correct answer? Yes. And also I wrote down the stuff that we're talking about. And what we were talking about is two friends having Sharpies, maybe coloring together during creative time, sharing their Sharpies, and seeing how many they have all together. So hopefully that helps. Let's go over this rubric just one more time. Make sure that you can see it. There we go. 1, make your equation with the unknown. 2, write the tool. 3, show neat work. 4, get the correct or the right answer. And 5, write the stuff you're talking about. Get a 5 out of 5 on your journal in story problems, and you will be ready for 3rd grade. Okay, I hope that helped, and I will see you guys in another video.